Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great pleasure for me to introduce our speaker today, who is going to talk to us about exploratory data analytics using Python. Dr. Sheena, Assistant Professor, Electronics and Communication Engineering Department from Rajalakshmi Engineering College, Chennai. Thank you for joining us, ma'am. We can start with today's presentation. Over to you, ma'am.
Good day to all of you. I'm delighted to deliver a series of lecture on the topic exploratory data analytics using Python. I'm Dr. Sheena, Assistant Professor at Rajalakshmi Engineering College, and I will be taking a series of lecture on exploratory data analytics using the Python tools. Before getting into the exploratory data analytics, I would wish to brief on the domain in which we work. It is artificial intelligence, because data analytics is predominantly used in artificial intelligence, and AI is the technique that enables a machine to mimic human intelligence. And there are two subsets of artificial intelligence, namely machine learning and deep learning. And machine learning, it is a part of AI, which includes algorithms that learn by experience. Part of machine learning is called deep learning. The deep learning algorithms are based upon neural networks, and they train themselves to perform a task, unlike the machine learning models, which require feature set for training. And machine learning is broadly classified into supervised algorithms, unsupervised algorithms, reinforcement algorithms, and recommendation systems. The supervised learners or supervised models, they learn from labeled data. And examples of supervised models are the Naive Bayesian models, SVM models, MLP, the linear and logistic regressions. Whereas the unsupervised models, like the K-means algorithms, PCA, SVD, they learn from patterns of data. They don't require labeled information. The reinforcement algorithms, on the other hand, they learn from past experiences. It's like a child learning to ride a bicycle. The reinforcement algorithm works based on the reward points, whether to go forward the decision or back with the decision. And fourth type of machine learning models are the recommendation systems. The recommendation systems are used widely in e-commerce websites like the Amazon, Flipkart, based recommendation and rating-based recommendation. So this is the broad classification of machine learning. Here is flow of machine learning, wherein we see that the business objective is first formulated, followed by the data requirement, which is the requirement for modeling and training the data models, machine learning models. After we set upon the data requirement, we go about with the relevant data collection. When a set of data is collected for training the models, we go for the exploratory data analytics. So after we have chosen the set of features which are unique and very much useful to train the data model, we go for training the model, and then the model is put on the pilot state or the test mode by which we evaluate the model before deploying it to the client, and we do continuous monitoring of the same model for future refinement of the model. Now we get into exploratory data analytics. Data is the new gold. Wherever we go, we search for data, and data is the new gold, which is used to train the models for a better classification and regression studies. Exploratory data analytics refers to the process of investigating patterns of data to check for anomalies, to test for assumptions or hypotheses, and we get insights about data by which we are able to train the models and get better accuracies in the process of classification and prediction of data. So the importance of EDA lies in exploring the important variables and features in the data set, to test if the assumptions and the hypotheses that we have considered at the beginning of training true or false, to check for the quality of data, and to get insights about how data can be used to modify the model in the right direction. It is very much helpful in finding the relationship between features, so the less related features are always chosen to be the best features. Before getting into the analytics, we have to know what is data, what are the categories of data, and examples of the same. Data is classified into two categories, namely the structured data type and the unstructured data type. The structured data type include the database, files, Excel sheets, CSV files, whereas the unstructured data types, they include speech signals, audio signals, video and image signals. And again, to have an insight on how data is foreseen, we classify them into numerical data and categorical data. Numerical data is made up of numbers like the age, number of children, shoe size, whereas the categorical data has got data other than numbers like the color of the eye, gender, blood type, ethnicity. And numerical data can be either continuous or discrete, in the sense that if they are represented by integers like the shoe size or number of children, they're called discrete numerical data. And if they are continuous, like that of stock market value, age, weight, blood pressure, then they come under the continuous category. And categorical data can be classified into ordinal and nominal data. Ordinal data, they always have ranking. For example, severity of pain, ranking of students in a class, whereas nominal data, they don't have any hierarchy, like the blood group, the eye color, the breed of a dog. And let's explore more about these data types and examples of the same. Numerical data have the following examples, like the age, distance, IQ of a child, weight. So all these come under the numerical category. Essentially, date, they fall under the category of discrete numerical data, whereas distance, IQ, weight, they can fall under the continuous category. Next, we have the categorical data. The categorical data consists of the different data that fall under categories apart from numerical data, like the socioeconomic status of a person, opinion, nationality, genre of music, and hair color. So when we talk about the socioeconomic status, we can call this as an ordered set of data, because it can be lower, middle, upper, like that of ranking a student in a class. So this can be called as an ordinal data, whereas nationality cannot have hierarchy, and so they can be called as nominal data. And nominal data, they can be grouped, they can be sorted, well, they can be given illustration in the form of pie chart. They can be given illustrations in the form of bar chart. They can be descriptively analyzed using frequencies, proportions, percentages, and by mode. Ordinal data, on the other hand, it has got a particular ranking, as we can see in this chart. So we have this tumor grade that belong to stage 1, 2, or 3, or time of the day, morning, afternoon, evening. And these are set of Python packages, namely the NumPy, the Matplotlib, Seaborn, Pandas, which we will be exploring in the series of lecture on exploratory data analytics, to study and to analyze how data can be uniquely taken, analyzed, plotted, and found out to be unique for certain applications. You can post your queries and I would be giving you answers. In the next lecture, please watch out for the following. We will be discussing about real-time exploratory data analysis using Python libraries. I will be sharing a CSV file. I would be classifying the columns, the features of every under every label, and I would be guiding you through Python code, how to explore the data step by step. Thank you.
Thank you for your valuable inputs that were presented in the guest lecture, ma'am. For receiving regular updates about IFERP guest lecture, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on the notification. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.